Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 4 most important things that you might be forgetting in your manifestation and law of attraction. So here's the thing. We all have heard of the 4 elements, right? Air, fire, water, and earth. They've been around for a few minutes, right? Starting probably with Empedocles in ancient Greece and maybe even some more ancient origins before that. The 4 elements, on its most base level, on its most mundane level, are a way for us to categorize experiences and parts of consciousness in order to use those parts and make sense of them. There's other deep levels as well to the elements, but for our purposes, we're looking at a way to um, divide parts of something so that we can further use it. And what are we using? Consciousness, ourselves. Because law of attraction, manifestation is just really being. What it is you existing and choosing from the buffet of life. You know, what you want to create, what you want to experience, who you want to be with in a relationship, what kind of job you want to have. All of those things are from consciousness. So when we're working with the law of attraction, I'm going to use the elements to further suggest ways that you can really optimize your own mind and being to get what you want faster and more specifically. So our elements are fire, represented by the Ace of Wands, water, represented by the Ace of Cups, air, represented by the Ace of Swords, and earth, represented by the Ace of Pentacles, or in some decks, the Ace of Discs. So this order, fire, water, air, and earth, is actually the contemporary order of the elements. The ancient order actually is different, but that's going to be for another video. So when we're looking at the elements and we're looking at manifestation, we're asking 4 things. In fire, we're looking at create. In water, we're looking at receive. In air, we're looking at choose. And in earth, we're looking at be. So you first want to ask, what am I willing to create here? Followed by, what am I willing to receive? What am I willing to choose? And what am I willing to be? Here's the mistake most people make. When someone's trying to attract or manifest something, they are always thinking about it. And that's great. But thinking is a lower harmonic of knowing and awareness. You can outthink your way into any conclusion or any detriment to yourself that you want. But if it's going to show up in front of you, if it's going to actualize in your life, you have to be working with the other elements, the other parts of your consciousness. So you might be imagining this amazing thing, but are you willing to receive it? Are you willing to create it? Are you willing to be it? Are you willing to choose it? A lot of my clients have a pattern that keeps showing up in relationships, in business, in all areas of life. Whenever there's a pattern, it means that there's probably 99,000 things that you're not willing to receive, because if you were willing to receive them, they would show up instead of the same thing. So that goes into the Ace of Cups. When we go into the realm of water, we ask the question, what am I willing to receive here? And that question already opens up more possibility for you. What am I willing to create? I want that relationship. I want that job. I want this salary. I want that car. I want this thing. Great. Are you willing to receive it, and how is that showing up? The next step after create and receive is choose. Choice is the stumper sometimes, because a lot of clients of mine, and myself in the past too, get into no choice mode, where we like to pretend we have no choice but to fulfill the pattern of our history or the pattern of the day or whatever loop that we're in. When we're looking at choice in the context of manifesting something new, it is so important that you make choices based on your future mind. When you're choosing from your past mind, from the mind of who you think you are, from your history, from the context in your environment, and from what time tells you and your current relationships tell you, then you're making a choice from the same place that has been creating what it has been creating, and the same thing will show up. So if you're willing to choose something different, then a new possibility will show up. Finally, we have B. B combines both the thoughts of the Ace of Swords in the air and the feelings and emotions of the Ace of Cups in water, and combines it into one holistic, integrated being, which includes the body in the element of earth in the Ace of Pentacles. When you are willing to be something fully, your mind and the emotions that follow that state of mind combine and become synergetic and pushes you forward and accelerates you in such an amazing way. A lot of people in this fourth step tend to be working in parts. They fold themselves up and bend themselves with points of views that contrast. For example, I might think, wow, I would really love a relationship like that. And yet, somewhere in my body, in my feelings or emotions, I have this fear, or I have this doubt, or I have this insecurity, or I have this thing that says no, this heaviness. In that moment, I have split myself so that 50% of myself is saying relationship, yes, and the other 50% is saying, you really think you can do that? Do you see how now we are going in two directions? And so the universe says, well, I guess he wants it, but he also doesn't want it. So let's send him a bunch of mixed signals. How many people out there are feeling like they're getting mixed signals from the universe as to what the next step is? If that's the case, check in with these 4 planes of your consciousness by asking the question, what are you willing to create? What are you willing to receive? What are you willing to choose? And what are you willing to be? Let me know your thoughts, and if you'd like to work with me, you can find more information at tarotwithjoe.com or email me at tarotwithjoe@gmail.com. Much love.